I'm the Greek Geek because I'm 50% Greek and 100% a geek. I have seen this movie a few days ago, and even after a few days of getting my thoughts together and trying to think of what I'm actually going to say, I don't really have that much to say about this movie, so this might be my shortest review yet. Let's see how I go.
This weekend, you will be our guests. Here, anything and everything is possible.
No service. It's not everything is possible.
A whole bunch of people that I don't care about go to an island to get their boring fantasies fulfilled. And a bunch of weird stuff starts happening that is very slightly interesting. And at the end of the movie, there is a very stupid twist that makes no sense, and they go way out of their way to try and explain how this twist happens. The only enjoyment that I got from this movie was with the characters getting their fantasies fulfilled and what would happen afterwards and how things wouldn't go as they expected. That was pretty much the only enjoyable part of the movie for me.
Curious how this all works.
What if your fantasy involves a person from your life?
Holograms. Like Tupac.
What if it's somebody who died?
Tupac.
Outside of Michael Pena and Maggie Q, I didn't really know any other actors in this movie. Everyone is really not that great. I think pretty much every single performance was very underwhelming. No one's performance made me particularly engaged. I mean, the two brothers, Brax and JD, I think their names were, if I've got the right names here, hopefully I do. They were mildly entertaining, but the guy who wanted to be in the military, he was just a blank slate. He was bland as anything, and I was not engaged with anything he was doing. And I was not engaged by anyone's characters particularly. So if you got boring characters, you're gonna have a boring movie.
So, what's your fantasy?
Revenge on a childhood bully.
Just bought it, I see it.
Your life is about to change.
Got it, yeah, I want it. Got it.
I hope you're ready.
The acting's pretty bad. Like, it's not that bad, but it is pretty noticeably boring and bland. I don't know who wrote the dialogue for this movie, but it is pretty bad as well. And as a side effect, you don't care about these characters at all. I didn't give a shit about anyone. Some people die, and everyone gets over it very quickly, especially if they're close to that character. They're like, oh no, this person died. I don't care now after 5 minutes.
The island's twisting what we asked for.
No themes, but this is apparently a horror movie. And I find that very hard to believe that this is categorized as a horror movie. I will admit the lead-ups to these jump scares, the only attempts at horror this movie does is jump scares. And the only thing that frustrated me was the lead-up to jump scares. And even then, they weren't even that bad. Like, I was getting anxiety of the coming jump scare, but it wasn't really that bad at all. And it's just not a horror movie, essentially.
We weren't brought here to have our own fantasies.
I want it, I got it. I want it,
We were brought here to be a part of someone else.
I got it. I want it, I got it.
It's based on the TV series of the same name, and as far as I'm aware, this works as a kind of prequel to the TV series. I haven't actually watched the TV series, but I have talked to someone that has watched it back in the day, and it wasn't a horror TV show as far as I'm aware. This movie must do an absolutely terrible job at adapting that TV show. And who even asked for this movie anyway? I don't know who would be interested in seeing it, and I haven't even heard of the Fantasy Island TV series before this movie. And really, that's all I have to say about this movie. It's not good, it's not fun, there's very little to enjoy, it goes for far too long, and you'll be bored through it, so can't recommend this movie at all. So, as always, thank you for listening to me ramble on about a horror movie for a few minutes. I really do appreciate it. Thank you again, and I'll catch you next time.